What's up, crew? It's already episode 6, and we got a loaded show today. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl, the Seahawks Super Bowl champions, Darryn Peterson, man. I mean, what's going on with him? I mean, we're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about the Alabama situation, getting G League players. We're going to talk about NBA trade deadline, winner or losers, which we talked about last week. And we're going to talk about the Utah Jazz at the end, the tanking situation. So, I mean, let's just start it with the Seahawks. The Seahawks win 29-13 over the Patriots. I mean, at first it was pretty boring game. I mean, they were up 9-0 at halftime. It felt like it was just going to be who could make the most field goals. But I mean, the Seahawks defense just played outstanding, and they outlast the Patriots overall. Like, what do you think about the game?
Shout out Shaheed, Saints legend, got a ring. That made me feel happy. I was looking at the stats just now. The quarterback play, low-key wasn't even that good, like from both sides. Sam Darnold had like a 53 QBR. Drake May had like a 16, something like that. Which, I mean, like in a vacuum, like Drake May had 27 for 43, 295, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
I will say, when a team is down like that too, when they're getting blown out, they had to go into pass mode. So that can make his stats look a little deceiving of how the game actually went. Like,
Yeah.
if that makes
It's
sense.
like you look at that. Yeah, you look at that and you're like, oh, that wasn't a bad game. Like they seemed like
Yeah.
they were in contention the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But they just had to start dropping back and throwing the ball every play. So it's sort of making his stats a little boosted. He didn't have a good game. He didn't have an incredible game. But I mean, it's his second year in the NFL, though. I mean,
Right.
I'm not giving up on Drake May. I'm not saying Drake May's overrated. I'm not saying Drake May's a bust. I mean, he was second in the MVP voting for a reason.
Right.
I think Drake May's a good quarterback. I don't think we should be hitting the panic button. But I think the Patriots have to do a lot going forward to put more around him, especially on the O-line. Will Campbell, did you see the video of Will Campbell getting bullied? I mean, he was letting anybody through.
You think they should just like shift him to a different spot?
Maybe they could move him to guard, but I mean, he came out and said he was dealing with some injuries. But in game 18 or 19, who's not dealing with injuries? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you didn't play around 20 games. I mean, who's not dealing with something? I mean,
Especially
they were bullying. Yeah, they were bullying him. I mean, whoever lined up to his side was smiling. They were bullying Will Campbell. But I mean, there was a problem when he was coming out the draft about the size of his arms. So I mean, I think he can definitely play guard. I mean, I don't know if he ever has played guard, but they're definitely gonna have to figure something out. They definitely can't move on from him because he was a first round pick. They've invested so much in him. So they gotta make it work. But I mean, they gotta protect Drake May. He's a franchise quarterback. Like, look at Joe Burrow. You don't want your quarterback like that. So another thing, Cooper Kupp. I mean, he might not have had an amazing regular season, had around 500, 600 yards. But, I mean, the big games, I mean, you can see why he was a Super Bowl MVP before. In the big moments, I mean, they're focused on JSN most of the game. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes down with a concussion. They don't really miss a beat. I mean, the whole crowd, whenever he caught the ball, I don't know if you heard, they were saying, cool. Did you hear that?
A little bit,
yeah. And I mean, Kenneth Walker, I mean, he was going crazy. I mean, or I think after the first, or you could tell at halftime, I'm like, yeah, he's probably gonna get the Super Bowl MVP if he just keeps doing what he's doing. But I mean, Kenneth Walker, Coop was big at times. I think Coop had four loud catches. It felt like one big one got called back. But that defense, I mean, it just made that offense had to be average. I mean, they didn't really have to do nothing spectacular. Jackson Smith was non-existent, but I don't really think it was nothing him doing. It was just the defense the Patriots were playing on him. I think he got targeted around 10 times. So they did a good job containing him. He just really can get nothing going. But, I mean, it worked out. So he's Super Bowl champion now.
Yeah, I mean, do you think their chances of running it back are relatively high?
It's
like,
so hard in the NFL.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's it's kind of hard to judge, especially right now, because who
Mm-hmm.
knows what the draft's going to look like? Who knows who's going to get hurt at whatever time? But I mean, this playoff run in general was like super dominant.
Yeah.
And on the contrary, the Patriots playoff run was very, or at least with Drake May's play in particular, it was very like cupcake. I don't know if that's the word I
Yeah.
would use, but
Yeah, they got the Denver Broncos with a backup quarterback, played them in the snow the whole second half. So the Texans, I mean, CJ Stroud sort of laid an egg. The
yeah,
Texans had a very good defense. Really shut down the Patriots offense at times in that game. But the Patriots really cakewalked to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, you can see why they were so overwhelmed. I mean, they haven't really been up against a real test. I personally think if Bo Nix was healthy, that we would have
at
seen the
Denver,
Broncos
yeah.
last night.
I wouldn't disagree with that
Yeah,
because their strength of schedule wasn't too hot to begin with.
yeah.
And they were looking kind of rough at the start of the year. They lost to Vegas, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Like if you losing to Vegas and winning the Super Bowl in the same season, that would have been crazy. But I feel
Yeah.
like there's no way. I was going into it fully expecting like a Seattle dominance, and that's what happened. But it didn't
Mhm.
look like how
We
I thought.
predicted it last week, actually.
Yeah, I didn't.
We talked about it.
I didn't think it was going to be 9-9 at half, though. I'm not going to lie,
Yeah,
and I'm
defense is
also not
back.
going to lie. I'll peel back the curtain a little bit. I didn't see any of the first half. A lot of
Yeah.
what I saw was after the fact. I was asleep. Right? I was asleep. I had work. I was tired. I woke up. Halftime show was on. I said, "Whoa, the first half's already happened." I checked the box score. I'm like, 9-0.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit at the time, talking about how the game was boring. And I was like, "Is it really that bad?" And then
It wasn't the
I wouldn't
worst.
say bad per se, but I understand that football, like high scoring, is more entertaining,
Mhm.
especially like your final game of the year. We don't. I mean, I guess it don't matter if it's like a defensive clinic game, but last time we had one like that, it wasn't really that fun to watch. I
Yeah.
was with the Patriots too. That's the worst part.
Going back to what you said about the Seahawks repeating though, or trying to get back to where they are, it's gonna be hard because Kenneth Walker, he is a free agent this year. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have
Mm,
to pay Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's gonna be
mhm.
one of the highest paid receivers. I think is Puka Nakua's contract year as well. So I mean, they're gonna have to pay JSN a lot of money soon.
He's in
I
his
mean,
third year or going on to his third year. So I know I had him as a rookie in my fantasy, and I think that was like 2 years ago. And he was low key buns, and it made me sad. And then the next year he started popping off, and I'm like, oh okay. My
this
gut
was his.
says
He's going into his fourth year next year.
it's four. Okay, it was his third year this year. All
So
right.
he's in CJ Stroud's and Bryce Young's class and Will Anderson.
Okay, that's what I thought. If that's the case, then yeah, they might as well. They should pay him right now before they have to wait longer,
Mhm.
and then he still do good, and then have to pay him more.
Yeah, and the money will go even more up. They have to pay him more.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
yeah, I
you're
mean,
gonna
they're
keep
gonna have
Walker
to.
around, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make a decision because a lot of people say he could leave in the offseason. I mean, after what he did last night, I mean, I know the running back markets aren't as high as like they used to be,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, the way he was bouncing around last night, I mean, he looked good.
There's only so many running backs who can like work it like that for
And the Patriots don't have a bad defense either.
real.
By any means, the Patriots have a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could definitely see them trying to get him back at a price they like, but I can definitely see a team like maybe let's say, for example, the Carolina Panthers. If Rico Dowell walks, I can see the Panthers trying to swoop in and maybe trying to give him a bag
Right.
because the Seahawks can only afford him for a certain amount of price
Mm-hmm.
because you see what running backs can do. I
Yeah, the
mean,
league now they're so
yeah.
it's like they're so expendable. I say that like in quotes. Like
Hmm.
this is like a high volume position. You're doing a lot on your body. People kind of just are like next man up with that kind of position. But the superstars, like you got to keep them around. So I mean, you would hope that they do. But what were you saying?
I think I was good on that. But do you think Drake May deserves any blame for the loss? I mean, he threw two interceptions. I think he deserves blame, but I don't think it's a overreaction to the point where it's like he's overrated. He's a bust. I feel like he's right on track or even above where he should be. It's his second year in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't think that he was going to lead a team to a Super Bowl in his second season.
Yeah,
I'd say he's above like my at least my predictions. Um, I don't like. I mean, you can blame really anyone that touched the field at that point.
yeah,
I know it's the quarterback, so he has like a lot more value, but in my opinion, I mean, what I saw and like in retrospect, like the second half and stuff like that, whenever they started like scoring a little bit, they started throwing the ball a little bit more. Like he still finished with decent stats, albeit it was kind of like pointless. But I don't think you can really like get on his case too hard. Like he still has so much more room to grow. Your
yeah.
second year in the league and you're in the Super Bowl. Like for some people, it's only up from there. For some people, that's like their peak. I'm interested to see where it is, but I feel like that probably wouldn't be his peak. At least if he stays around New England,
Yeah.
that's a franchise that wins.
You
Albeit,
gotta protect them.
yeah, if you want to recreate like the Tom Brady era again, and you have the talent with Drake May to do it, then you have to help him out. And I feel like he's good enough to get them to that point.
Another
Granted, I don't
thing,
want them to, but
yeah. Another thing, Patriots fans, please stop. Like I know, like before the Super Bowl, people were like, the dynasty's back. Like we're finna become another dynasty. Like, please stop. You're setting this young man up for failure. Because when the man gets you to the Super Bowl, you're gonna get mad when he loses. You're setting him up for failure. Like if we would have told you when you drafted Drake May, he would take you in the Super Bowl year two and lose, you would have took that in a heartbeat. From where you guys were a couple years ago, before you guys hired Mike Vrabel, I mean, you had to be happy with Drake May. You had to be through the roof where he's taking your program. So I mean, just stop on the dynasty jokes. It was getting out of hand for a minute before they played the Super Bowl. I'm like, dynasty? I didn't understand that.
it's probably like half troll, but I feel like it comes from like a genuine place, which I think is
Yeah.
kind of funny. Because I mean, I feel them. I understand that kind of delusion, but like I said, it's delusion. So it's like,
Yeah.
at least for now.
Oh man. What is going on with Darryn Peterson? Because
Man,
we come on here after he goes off against AJ DeBonsta and BYU. I mean, we had the red flag. He didn't play in the second half of that game. And now it's like he's sitting out with the flu. And I mean, there's text surfacing that he didn't really have the flu. We don't know that for a fact. We don't know what's real and what's not real. But I mean, you see him warming up. I mean, he just looks nonchalant going through the motions. Like they said, like Michael Jordan when he had the flu, he was out there battling. He looked like he could barely be on the court. Like Darryn Peterson smiling on the sideline. Like I don't really know what's going on. In high school, he missed a lot of time with injuries. This year, I mean, let me pull up the injuries he's had because it's just becoming a common thing. Is like he had a hamstring strain, an ankle sprain, cramping, quad issues, all in his freshman year alone. He's just 19 years old. Like, I mean, what is he going to look like when he's 28? That's why I told you off camera.
yeah.
Because I think off talent alone, no injuries involved, I think Darryn Peterson's the number one pick. But I feel like it's going to get to a point where NBA scouts say, okay, if a certain organization like Indiana gets the number one pick, or they say, okay, we got Tyrese Halliburton, we're not drafted for potential. Like we're not going to take that risk and deal with that.
Yeah.
Like we seen what the Warriors did when they drafted Wiseman with injury concerns, for example. Like let's just draft the best player in the draft, in our opinion, the best player with no red flags. Let's just draft the monster. Because I mean, it's starting to get to a point where it's like, is he burnt out? Like what's going on? He's just 19. So, what's your take on it?
I think you can kind of like expand that. Well, I guess depending on I'm not gonna sit here and be like I know Darryn Peterson's entire like athletic history. I
Yeah,
don't know
medication.
if like what other sports he's played. I don't know his previous injury issues before he got to college. I'm not gonna predict his future or anything, but I will say I have enough knowledge of like this field to know that like they run down their bodies like pretty easily, especially nowadays with the amount of basketball that's being played. Uh, Especially if you're just like a basketball only player. That's why I was saying I'm not gonna assume his history or anything. But I know a lot of like basketball players, especially like the ones around our age and younger, like they usually just play basketball like all year. If it's not like just for the high school, it's like a AAU league or something like that. And especially when you're like the topper talents, like you're going to these like academies and doing these training camps and all that. And like maybe it's just too much basketball. Maybe, I mean, and then at this point, you can't really have a break because you're trying to get into the league. You're a top prospect. Like something has to change, at least like on the recovery side, uh, some sort of injury prevention side. Uh, Kansas needs to get new trainers or something. Like literally anything.
You
Like there's
think it's them? Because like look at the Bonster and Caleb Wilson, like look at all those guys. They look perfectly fine. Like they're not missing games. Like
yeah. I mean, it's really a case by case. There's so many factors that could be why he's getting hurt. Uh, like I'm trying to
back to high school.
yeah, like there's so
Apparently.
many different things across like his entire life that could be influencing this. Maybe there's something about the way he jumps. Maybe there's something about the way he launches. Maybe it's something about the way he recovers. Uh, Maybe it's something to do with just his mindset in a general sense. Maybe that has a lot to do with how he like carries himself in these kind of moments. Maybe he's not giving 100% on like training or recovery. I'm not saying this to slander him. I don't know this man.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking from the outside looking in, especially with like the flu-like symptoms that they were talking about, and then that one guy was texting and got recorded from behind talking about how it seemed like maybe he wasn't even sick at all. Maybe it was just like a cover-up type thing. Like I don't know. And then I agree. Like I don't like. There's a team that would draft him, obviously, but
Yeah.
like Ace
Top
Bailey
five.
last year. Ace Bailey, you could argue he could have been like a top 3 pick, but he fell to Utah at 5, and Loki was about to fall further just because of like off the court things and injuries. Like you just mentioned, Wiseman. Like injuries don't necessarily stop people per se, but if Indiana gets the first pick, right, they're gonna try to compete now because they make all these moves this year. Like they got Zubac, and then they're gonna have an early pick, and then they're gonna try to win the NBA championship. So you don't want your early pick to be getting hurt in like February, March. You know, it's like it would maybe tank his stock, but I don't think it would tank it too much. And
No. I,
I feel like whoever he goes to will try to like nurture him to like help
yeah.
prevent these kind of things in the future.
Wherever he whatever happens, he's gonna be a top three, top five pick. It's
Right.
just how close everybody else is to him because you got a Caleb Wilson, the Bonster, the guy from Tennessee. You got Fleming from Houston. It's a deep class, and they're on the floor producing. So it's not like maybe this was not last year, but the year before when you had Sar. Like if he was maybe in that draft, we might not be discussing this right now.
He'd probably still be the first pick.
It'll be a foregone conclusion that he's number one, but it's just who's in this draft class. Like the Bonds is a bucket. Wilson is a bucket, and they're long. They can play 1 through 5. I mean, you got some guys in this draft that it goes 30 deep. I don't think he'll go outside the top 5, but you have to question at a certain point, like, is his drive there? Like, you have the number one team in the country coming to your home court. I mean, he missed the game with flu-like symptoms. I mean, if this was just this, without all the injury stuff, we wouldn't be talking about this. We
Yeah.
wouldn't even be questioning it. But out of all the injury concerns, all the talk been around you about your injuries with the number one team coming. I just felt like for him to say, I'm gonna sit this one out. It's sort of like it's a red flag.
Yeah, contextually for sure. And
Yeah,
then the worst part about it is they won. Like they
yeah.
beat the number 1 team. They gave them their first loss on the season without him. So
So
it's
how
like
valuable are you?
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna mess him up more than anything. It's not even like the injury concern. Well, I mean, the injury concerns too, but I feel like that holds more weight than him just missing the game. It's the fact that they won. Like if they lost, and we could be talking about, oh well, they needed him. Uh, hopefully he can stay consistent so they can win it all because clearly they need him, etc., etc. But now the narrative's like they can hold their own. Like they held their own against the best team in the country at home and won. Granted, in March Madness it'd be like in a neutral site, but like if you can handle your business against any team in the league, clearly, then it's like how asking how important he is a dumb question. But I think you get what I mean by asking that.
As a Pelicans fan, seeing the stuff that's happened with Zion Williamson and injuries, would you take somebody like Darryn Peterson number one if you
See,
had the
now
number one
that's a
pick?
great example actually, because it's like I don't feel like he's like Zion tier, even like now when Zion was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like Zion was like being talked about like LeBron for real, like how Wemby ended up being talked about. Like that's someone that you can look past it because you can see like the importance of like how good he is, and it's like that will outweigh the injury concerns.
His injury concerns in college wasn't crazy bad.
It was just like conditioning concerns more so.
Yeah, yeah, he
But I mean,
wasn't
like,
missing crazy amount of games. I know he had to time his shoe like
yeah,
came off in the middle of a play. That's fluke. That's flukish.
yeah. I was about to say I wouldn't really call that
Um,
him though. I feel like that's
yeah, that's
more,
flukish.
if anything. Oh,
That's a fluke. That's a fluke injury. It
yeah,
shows how powerful you are too.
right.
Shows
Like,
how
what do you mean you
powerful
just
you
busting
are.
shoes casually?
Yeah,
Now, like
shows
at the
how
start of the
powerful.
game too, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's not Zion, so it's harder to look past. But and it's like more extensions than like Zion was. But I don't feel like it tanks him too hard. Like, let's say the Pelicans still had their pick this year. If they like, I wouldn't be surprised if they still drafted him number one. Like, there's definitely teams that if they get the first pick, they will draft him number one regardless. At least right now. If anything happens between now and then, who knows what'll happen? Maybe he gets hurt in March Madness. Maybe something comes out, like something surfaces, and we see that there's some behind the scenes things that we've been missing, or maybe workouts start to happen. Maybe he doesn't want to like work out with certain teams. He's like very picky, etc., like stuff like that. But I mean, right
Yeah.
now I wouldn't be too concerned. I feel like the number one pick's still up in the air. Kind of just depends on who gets it. Won't be my Pelicans, but maybe it'll be the Pacers. Maybe it'll be the Kings. I'd feel bad for him if that was the case.
A guy that's played in the NBA that got his eligibility revoked is Charles Bediako from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the NBA. He was in the NBA G League for 3 years. Then he comes back to Alabama and say, "I'm not going to ever play in the NBA. I'm in the G League." Auburn was chanting when they played Alabama the other day, Antonio. G League dropout.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Yes, I
The
did. That
whole
was very
crowd was
funny.
getting into it. I'm saying the whole crowd was saying G League dropout.
It's so
I
funny.
mean, like it's crazy because you think like this guy was gone from Alabama for 3 years in
Mm-hmm.
NBA organization, see how the pros work. He's getting better against pro competition, and he comes back down to college. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, I don't think a player, I don't care if you're playing in Europe, I don't care where. If you play professional, there's no reason you should be coming back to college, in my opinion. You might have a different take in a minute, but I feel like it's a win for college basketball when he gets denied eligibility and he'll no longer be a part of Alabama going forward. I just feel like that's something good to see. I know Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss just got his denied again as well. Like I don't think you should be able to play college sports forever. I feel like at the most you should be able to play is 5 years, 4 to 5 years. I don't think you should be playing 6 or 7 years in college. Or I don't think you should be going to professional and coming back because it's like what are we doing? Like I just feel like college game is it's so great how it is. I don't think it needs to be broken. What's your take on it?
Hmm. I don't disagree like with him being denied. Being in the G League for 3 years and then bouncing around teams to go back to college is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I do understand like this wave of it that's happening, especially because like what's the other like besides the G League, the NCAA and like college basketball is like the only like major league that isn't the NBA in North America. Besides like I mean I guess you could go to like the Canadian League or something, but like I feel like if you want like NBA people to look at you for like you'd want to go to either the G League, which is directly connected to teams, or to college because it's like the standard pipeline to get you there. Uh, so I get it. Like I get why people would try it, and to an extent, I kind of think it's all right. Like maybe like a 1 year, you don't get a 2 way. Like your only G League contract, you're in the G League the whole year, and then you have a choice right there, and that's where like you like the path splits. And but I don't know the fact that he denounced his like eligibility just to try to get to come back is very funny to me. I think that's where he loses me. That and being on a 2 way contract, I feel like he also loses me there because a 2 way contract can imply like you can they'll call you to NBA at any time.
I think he's played NBA
And
minutes too.
like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's like all right now you played. I don't care if you played 5 seconds in an NBA game. You step foot on that floor.
Yeah.
You like maybe he didn't even touch the ball. I don't care. It's the fact is like you're even on the court. That's a little crazy. I do agree with that. But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I feel like you have to have these kind of people that push the like boundary so we can set the standards for now.
Yeah.
Because I
Because
feel like this isn't gonna go away. Like I feel like the NCAA is gonna try to like have more of like a how do I put this?
put their foot down moments.
Not even that. Not even like a oh, even though yeah, but I'm more so talking about trying to like even themselves out with the G League in terms of like opportunity for basketball players and even stuff like overtime, uh, or like European leagues and stuff like that. Like I feel like it only benefits them like financially, in my opinion, well, probably their opinion too, to like try to be like a minor league of sorts, if that makes any sense. Because like I'm trying to make examples in the MLB, right? They have like the minor leagues, and those are like directly connected to the teams or whatever. That's like their G League, and they have like 5 or 6 different levels of it. I feel like, and like all of that is above collegiate because you can go straight to an MLB team out of college, but they're probably going to throw you onto like a AA team at the least, even if you're like a stud. Like Paul Skeens went through it relatively quickly. I think he started in AA, but that's like the cream of the crop. If the NBA or like basketball in North America in general try to do something like that, I feel like the NCAA would want to like be part of that, be able to integrate a little bit more. But like many people have shared in the past, I feel like that jeopardizes a lot of like the high school kids coming up, and it jeopardizes which is already they're already in jeopardy to begin with because of like the AAU circuit and having to be so like buy-in-y and like you got to have a bag to even like have opportunity. It's like it's already getting so like hard to get into basketball professionally unless you're like an athletic freak. Like unless you're a freak, unless you're a basketball freak, like you're
It's
not
hard to get into
getting
college.
like
Yeah.
anywhere. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I feel like you gotta make it easier for the bottom of the barrel is not the word I want to use, but for not
High
just the
school
cream of
athlete.
yeah, basically don't pander to just the cream of the crop. I guess is the best way to put it. But they're trying to get their bag, so I don't know. They is in like the NCAA, so they're trying to. I mean, they're paying off their athletes and all that, but they want to keep that bag to themselves. Every league wants to.
I just hope in 5 years, I'm watching a college basketball game and everything's just fixed. College basketball
Man,
and college football. I just hope everything's back, not normal. I don't know if it'll ever be normal with NIL and the transfer portal, but just some regulation and rules like perfect calendar and everything. But as we went live last week, as soon as we got off, James Harden was traded.
Man,
So we're gonna talk about all the guys that got traded. It's a long list. James Harden to the Cavs, Anthony Davis to the Wizards, Trey Young got traded to the Wizards like a month or two ago. Jaren Jackson to the Jazz, Darius Garland to the Clippers, Zubac to the Pacers, Porzingis to the Warriors, Vucevic to the Celtics, which I like. Kobe White to the Hornets, Anthony Simons to the Bulls, Kuminga to the Hawks, C.J. McCollum to the Hawks, Jared McCain to the Thunder, Bennett Mathurin,
Benedict Mathurin, yeah.
Luke Kennard to the Lakers. But you know where I want to start with? I want to start with Giannis because he did all that. He did all that drama just to say, no, I'm not going nowhere. To make it seem like, because we know it's not the front office just shopping him. Like, they're not shopping him for fun. He told them behind the scenes that he wants to be traded. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't want to be traded anymore. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I know we've talked about it a lot. It's just like at some point, it's like we do this every year. Like, just stay there. Like, if you want to stay there, it's fine. Like, stay there. But can we stop letting your agent create these narratives of shams every year, every summer, every off season, every deadline to think every team has a chance to get you? Like, the Warriors came out and leaked to the media and said, we feel like the Bucks will never trade him. Like, we're not even gonna we're gonna try and get another trade. They're not gonna trade him.
Man, my thing, but
you can go ahead.
Nah.
Because I was gonna pivot to something else. You can. You want to talk about Giannis?
I do. Just a little bit, just a tiny little sliver. The one thing I noticed about, like immediately, I think the day after the deadline, he went public with his sponsorship from Kalshi, which is like a betting site, I want to say.
Okay.
Or yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I know for a fact it is. Funnily enough, the amount of people that were betting that he was going to be traded on Kalshi was like super high.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think any of this was like
everything? It feels like
he was just trying to get a bag for real. He said,
maybe
don't listen to this rumors being fired. He's talking to the Bucks right now. He said, don't listen to these rumors being like going crazy. I'm just trying to get my bag up. I don't think it was like that obvious.
I doubt it. Because Shams ain't just it out for fun. Shams,
I mean, you don't think he left some like breadcrumbs and like trying to get the spark going, and then just so happens in the conversations that are happening with Kalshi at the same time? And
I don't know, because it felt like they were legit like shopping them. It felt like.
I mean, it feels like that every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying those two things are linked, but I'm saying that Giannis probably made money off of it, like by proxy, because Kalshi made money off of using his likeness to like get people to put money into their system. But I'm not about to slander that man. That's for other people online. We got to talk about the winners and losers of the deadline.
You know who's a winner already? Who like they look good? James Harden and the Cavs and Donovan.
And the Cavs, yeah,
they look good, man.
I look-y think they're the biggest winners.
They look good. I'm not gonna lie. Like last night, whenever you guys watched this, Monday they played James Harden, big shot, 3, take the lead. Then Donovan Mitchell comes down the next.
Man,
James Harden, they give it to James Harden. James Harden look, he throws it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it, goes straight to the rack, goes free throw line, wins the game. I mean, they look good. I mean, they're not taking no tough time to adjust to each other. But I mean, it's really what is James Harden and Mitchell going to do in the playoffs? Because we know they're going to make noise in the regular season. We know a lot of teams can make noise in the regular season. What you do in the playoffs is what matters. But so far, they are a winner in my opinion. I think Darius Garland to the Clippers is interesting because I like his potential. He's a 2-time All-Star. He just can't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. But it might help the Clippers more long-term because of his age. He's a young player. And he can be very productive, I mean, when he's on the court. And the Clippers, I mean, they still hot too. So it's looking like maybe both sides are
Both sides
benefiting right
win.
now. Yeah. So we can sort of cheat on this because we sort of seen like a game or two so far with each team. I mean, I think you could say the Wizards are winners, not just because they got Anthony Davis and Trae Young on their team, but because a contender could want Anthony Davis down the run next year or in the offseason or Trae Young, and they can ship both of them to get more draft capital, draft picks, and more younger players in return. I don't think their plan is to compete with Trae Young and Anthony Davis. They could,
You
but
don't think so? Because I feel like in the East it's possible, and I think they
yeah.
have a team, like a young team, that I don't think they need to like really sit on too hard.
Mhm.
Like I feel like this is kind of when you want to like make that push with them and like really like test their limits with those like all stars that you put on the team. Like me personally, I don't think you should trade them. I think they should try to keep them, especially in the East. But the East is getting better, so it'll be a little bit more tough. But they can compete for a play-in at least
Yeah.
with that roster.
I like Vucevic to the Celtics.
That's a sneaky one. I'm not gonna lie.
If
That one was
Jason Tatum
sneaky.
comes back, that's a sneaky one.
I
Tatum,
think another
Vucevic,
sneaky one,
Brown.
Alvarado to the Knicks is a sneaky one for me.
You think so? I didn't really
I
think about that one.
because Deuce McBride's been out for a while, and I think Jose is a good like I feel like he matches their energy, and I feel like he's a good backup point guard. Although that could get me on a whole nother tangent about the Pelicans, because I thought they were supposed to hold their team. I thought they said that this was the team, and then they're gonna trade the Hart to the Knicks. Like, come on now. At least they traded him to his home team, but it's like, man, like you want to talk about losers real quick. I want to talk about the Pelicans. I feel like they some big losers, and they
We
didn't
can
even
talk
do too
about the
much.
Pelicans.
Not even too much. I ain't gonna get too much into it. That's what Tonyo talk is for. But I don't know. I don't get
Okay,
it.
let's talk about. Excuse my language, but what the hell are the Warriors doing? Because it comes to a point where it's like we're just trying stuff. We trade for Kristaps. He's not even healthy. Like
I see the
Kristaps,
vision in theory,
if
but
he's
like
healthy, I see the vision. But we gotta be all in for like 2027 or the 2026 season that starts next year because it's no way we can do anything with this roster we got now. Kristaps, Curry, and Draymond. I mean, that's a laughable big three right now. I
wait,
know
that's
Jimmy
a
Butler
godlike
will be
big three
back.
in 2019.
Jimmy Butler will be back though. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Kristaps, and Draymond on paper 4 years ago would have been a problem.
Man,
But Jimmy Butler will come back. I think a lot of people don't think he'll be the same. I think he'll at 37. I think he'll be serviceable. I think he'll still be a good player.
mm-hmm.
I think you got to make a splash this summer. They shopped Draymond around the deadline. I think they got to make a big trade in the summer, or they got to make a big signing because Curry isn't gonna. They're showing they're trying to do it, trying to get Kristaps. You're showing you're trying to do something. I know maybe we're punting for the rest of the season and we're trying to set some up in the summer.
I mean, is he out for the year?
Who?
Kristaps.
I don't know if he's out for the year.
You
But
keep
if
talking. I'll
you're
check.
punting, you might as well do an Anthony Davis, Trae Young. Shoot, don't even play him. Let him get fully healthy.
Man, we all down bad. All of our teams are trolling us. The Pelicans trolling me.
What
The
are
Rockets are
okay? What are
trolling
the
me.
Rockets doing? Why didn't they get a point guard? So
They
the
got
Rockets,
to think that Van Fleet gonna come back soon. They have to have some good news with him. There's no
this
other
year.
way that you. Yeah, there's no other way
So?
they don't make a trade. Because they could have got Kobe White for cheap. They could have got Io. What's his last name? I
Could've got
forgot it.
Kobe
I'm not gonna butcher his last name, but we know who we're talking about. He got
Still
traded to
can
the
get
Timberwolves.
Lonzo Ball. As of this recording, you still can get Lonzo Ball.
I don't want
At
Lonzo
the
Ball, me
moment.
personally. I don't
You
want
don't
Lonzo
want
Ball.
Lonzo?
Right now, I feel
I want
like
the Golden State to get him.
man, and
Defense,
y'all can't
playmaking.
have him.
He's not looking to score. He's not looking to take anybody's shots away. He can get people involved. He has good size. He's not no midget. He's not a Chris Paul if you sign him at this age. I mean, I feel like he could help. I mean, his size, his playmaking. You don't think so?
I feel like if the Rockets get a guard, they need someone that can facilitate and shoot. I don't really trust Lonzo's shot this season,
I'll give you
and
that.
I feel like a Kobe White would have been great. and he went to the Hornets for next to nothing. The Rockets could have gave up Aaron Holiday and some picks for him. Io went to the Timberwolves. I think it's a very sneaky one. Timberwolves gonna be or like notably better. The first game with him on the court, I watched the highlights of, and I was like, wow. Like Io was in like a third of the highlights. I'm like, oh, okay. If it's not like him like dishing the ball nice and getting like a hockey assist, it's him running the rim or shooting a three or getting like a normal assist. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like the Rockets really could have used that. That would have helped round out their team a lot because it helped rounds out Minnesota's.
You,
Oh man,
you know who's been real hot that just made a good trade? The Hornets got Kobe White, and they've been one of the hottest teams in the league. Like LaMelo, Kobe White, Brandon Miller. What's the guy from Duke name? The rookie? I'm sorry.
Kyle
Kyle Knipple. I mean, you got them four, and you got Washington, PJ Washington. No, not PJ Washington. Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, no, Mikal Bridges. Miles Bridges.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Miles Bridges ever watching this video. I'm so
man, sorry. Hornets had Mikal Bridges. I'd be like, dang.
I know exactly. And Bate.
Moses Diabate, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm blanking on their names, but I feel like they can make some shake. Like maybe this year.
No, they're a playoff team. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I think they can get into the definitely the play-in, maybe win a game. I think they can sneak in the playoffs. Like, what are they in the East right now?
I think they're just getting in the playoffs, like period. Like,
yeah,
I feel like they're just gonna be. I feel like they're gonna be like a 5-6 seed at worst.
Mm-hmm.
I say that now, like they're hot or whatever. They just lost too, but it's like they lost to the Pistons, the number 1 seed, and
did you see that fight?
Yeah, man, that was so funny. Because Jalen Darryn was low-key trolling him like right before that too. So that's what really like popped it all off. And then, man, Miles Bridges in there trying to jump him. Isaiah Stewart said, He said no jumping.
He's always trying to get in the mix.
Man.
Okay, last thing we'll talk about. The Grizzlies. They're in full rebuild mode now because they say nobody wants y'all.
Man, because I was about to say there's no way they in full rebuild mode if Jaw's still there. But there's no way a team doesn't want Jaw though.
They said it's his off the court issues, his injuries. He's not developed his game. I think he's shooting 20-something% from three.
Right,
so, like one of the worst in the league. Like they say he's one-dimensional on offense. They say like his value is horrible. They say everybody around the league knows he's immensely talented. They know how talented he is. It's just the stuff that comes with Jaw, the off the court stuff, let alone. But his game isn't evolving. Like you're not getting somebody that's going to space the floor more. You're not getting somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", that's elevating your team on defense. Like you're getting, should I say, a worse version of Trae Young at this point?
I feel like that's an unfair comparison to Trae Young because at least with Trae, this isn't Jaw slander, but at least with Trae,
I said a worse version of Trae Young.
Oh, isn't like the situation? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A worse version of the Trae Young situation. Because they both can't play.
I started comparing the players. I was like,
Because Trae Young can shoot.
Yeah, Trae Young can shoot. He passes it better. He's one of the better, he's one of the best passers in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say his defensive effort's that crazy, but he makes up. It's kind of like a Lucas situation, a Harden situation. But at least with the thing about Ja is his number one quality is something that depreciates with value as you get older. Usually, like that was Russell Westbrook's. I wouldn't call it an issue per se, but that was like the thing about his game and how it's like watching him evolve has been like so like particular and peculiar because his number one thing was like his athleticism, and that's something that you lose over time. Like you can maintain it, but like you're not going to be jumping the same way unless you're like LeBron, and even then LeBron doesn't jump the same way he did at 25, 30. So it's like, I don't know. It's like if you get Ja, it's like you have to go now because if he's not shooting good and he doesn't play defense like as well as most teams would want, like let's say like a Houston who didn't make for like any point guard trades. If a team like Houston wanted him, he would need to be shooting at least like 35% from three for them to even entertain the idea. But it's the fact he's having career lows. And I feel the off the court issues. I mean, it's all right. I would say it's more like his mental than like the issues themselves. I feel like really and truly. Well, you know what? Maybe NBA executives care that he exercises his Second Amendment and shows it off on Instagram Live. But I feel like more of it's like the early in the season. Ask the coaches when he was talking about that. It's like ask coach why I wasn't playing, why this, why that, like all that kind of stuff. Like saying that just casually and just like letting. I wouldn't say letting them let mass slip, more like letting the fourth wall break. I guess something like that. Uh something like that. You can't be doing that. That I feel like kills his like value. I feel like that's why no one would probably want it. But I mean, what do you do about that? Like I don't know. That's hard to
So
fix.
so they're in full rebuild mode. They trade Jaren Jackson to Utah, who are going to now. What is Utah doing? They have Jaren Jackson, Larry Markin, and Keontae George. I know Walker Kessler's hurt. Why are they tanking? I'm so confused. Like, help me out. I know you're a basketball wizard. I'm more of a football wizard. So maybe you can help me figure out why is Utah tanking? Because they're not even like playing him in the like it's an obvious tanking job. Like it's like sad to watch. Like it's like really weird because you trade for Jaren Jackson. Why trade for him if you're not going to compete? Like this is a guy that makes a lot of money. Like this isn't a guy that's on like making $10 million. Like this is a guy that's making a lot of money. Like let me pull it up. Larry Markin in the fourth quarter, 0.0.0 minutes. Jaren Jackson in the fourth quarter, 0.0.0 minutes. Then they still won.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's
Yeah.
the worst part.
You don't play Larry Marketing. You don't play Jaren Jackson. Them two combined, they're making around $700 million. And you don't play them in the fourth and you still win. I mean, I don't understand. Your tanking is obvious. You did it the last couple games. All this is they're obviously going to do something about it in the offseason because it's embarrassing. Like you're going out there, you're not playing your stars. They're just on the bench sitting, and you still won. Like I'm just confused. I don't understand it.
The only thing I could think of as to why they are is because they don't have to pay anyone and hit any like salary walls next year, and this draft is so good that it's worth
Do
it
they
to
have their
get
own
a
pick?
lottery pick.
They
Yeah,
have their own pick.
I'm gonna confirm their picks.
You would think so because I'm not tanking.
The way they, the way they're playing.
Pick.
I mean, that's why New Orleans ain't really trade nobody, because they ain't got no pick next year, so they might as well try to compete. But
Yeah, I guess so. They might as well have their own pick.
Utah's doing the exact opposite. I'm trying to let's see. Next year they have a top 8 protected first round pick of their own, and that's all they got.
In this year's draft right here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I would think so.
So they're trying to stay within that top 8 so they can keep their pick, probably, if I had to guess.
Maybe?
That
Hear me out
and,
on this Hear me out real quick. Maybe come draft time now, if they want to really get freaky, they can trade Jaren Jackson or Marketing for a lottery pick, and they could have 2. Or they have a first round pick. Let's say in a lottery they fall at 4. You can trade that 4th pick and you could trade Marketing for the first pick. I'm just saying.
4th pick and Marketing for the first pick is crazy.
It's a generational draft. I'm just saying. If we want to get freaky,
no, that's too. That's
the type of assets they have with that talent. Jaren Jackson, Marketing, and Keontae George and Ace Bailey. They got some talent to move around. They want to get up to number 1 and number 2. They can do it.
That's too much. I feel like that's too expensive.
It is too expensive, but we're talking about a draft.
That's like Lauri Markkanen's like a winner. He's like a leader. Like he is the leader of his national team, and like his national team is good. Like he carries them, carries them. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But so it's like
how about Jaren Jackson? And let's say you got the 6, Jaren Jackson, the 6th pick.
I guess it depends on who got the earlier picks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a team like Indiana would maybe entertain that. Because I mean, imagine Jaren Jackson,
I feel like
Jackson and Zubac with Tyrese Halliburton would be low
let me
key
put
crazy.
you in the number one pick shoes. Let's say you have the number one pick. Let's say you're any team. You have the number one pick. I'm not gonna give up this number one pick for anything now.
Right, because you want
This number one pick can be Darryn Peterson, DeBonsta, or Wilson. Like, I'm not giving this up for a bag of crumbs. You better come with a crazy offer because
right.
everybody in the league is going to come with a crazy offer.
Mm-hmm.
So you better come with an offer. And Jaren Jackson an offer would be appealing.
See, but I feel like they're not even
Yeah.
gonna try to shop him for real. Because if they wanted to shop people, they'd have been shop marketing. I feel like they're
Yeah.
actually trying to like play and win now. Because like the
Maybe.
organization,
Maybe.
like after they traded Donovan Mitchell and they were kind of like stocking up or whatever, Keontae George is going to be a restricted free agent after next season, and
They
they're in
better
good
not let
market.
him get away.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna have to pay him, and then if you're gonna have Jackson Jr. and marketing and Walker Kessler, it's like you're gonna need to like go all in either next year.
Also,
Or,
another thing is they say Walker Kessler is the key to this because Jaren Jackson shines on defense when a guy like they have like a Kessler playing the five. So like when he was in Memphis, they had Steven Adams playing the five, and Jaren Jackson could roam and just block shots and rebound. So a guy like Kessler opens up Jackson to sort of roam and really do what he likes to do. Like Jackson playing the five isn't appealing to a lot of teams. They want a big five like a Kessler and
yeah,
Jackson playing the four. So
I
Kessler is
feel
a
you on
part
that.
of this. I know he's young and a lot of teams want him in a trade, but Kessler's a part of this too.
Well, at that point, uh, it's like I don't know who they'd want to give up because if they wanted to give up marketing, they would have been done that.
They've been shopping him a while though, so they've
I feel
talked
like that's
about
been more like his name being brought up than him being shopped.
it.
I feel
I know
like
at one time the Warriors got real close, but they wanted this is before marketing had the season it was happening this year. But they wanted a lot from marketing. Like they knew his value. They
yeah,
wanted they wanted to tear the Warriors organization up for what they wanted to do with a trade.
right. Hmm. I guess it just depends on the asking price. That's really the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're gonna try to win at least next season, but I feel like the West is so hard to like find an opening, even for a play-in spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so volatile. And I mean the East is volatile in its own way too, but it's kind of just within the playoff teams. Like the play-in, it's like the battle of mid, but like in the West, it's like a play-in team could make the playoffs over there. So it's like you really gotta like step your game up. You gotta win your division games. Like you gotta like really handle business. I think the Jazz have a squad for it now, but and then, like they're showing like the flashes of it. Like, what you mean you're not playing your star players and you're still beating teams? I mean, it's
I think
Miami,
that's
but
just
it's my like that's a playing team. Like that holds weight, that holds value, and they like have good wins on the year. They low key cooked the Rockets on the second game of back to back at home earlier, like in January, I think. And I was watching that game and I was like, dang, like this team's nice. Like Keontae George is crazy. Roy Markkinen's insane. Walker Kessler, he hasn't really played like too much, but
yeah, he's out for the season.
like he's nice. Like they got a nice squad, and Jaren Jackson adds to it. I'm a little confused, but I mean, you can't just like sit on your hands and wait for the Oklahoma City dynasty to fall apart. You can't sit on your hands and wait on uh, the Timberwolves to shop around Anthony Davis because they can't get over the hump, or to
Anthony Edwards.
Edwards. Yeah, that's what I meant. I was thinking
Oh,
Anthony Davis because he be getting shopped around. Or you can't sit here and wait on LeBron to retire. You can't wait for KD to retire. Like you can't wait for the Spurs to get fully loaded with their drum mag and then start going. Like you got to go now, or commit to sucking for a few years and just wait on it.
look what the Spurs did. A couple, like let's say 3 4 years ago. I mean, the Spurs looked dull just with Wimby at the time when they first got Wimby. Then what they added around to him just being a smart organization. You get Castle, you get Dylan Harper, uh Vassell.
Yeah,
Um
Devin Vassell, he was a draft
yeah,
pick a little
you
earlier. Like
it's
Luke
a
Cornett,
DM
free
pop.
agency. Luke Cornett, adding Luke Cornett this year, I feel like it's been huge for them. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's helped unlock Wemby because he can get off the court and they still have a lob threat. They still have a defensive presence in the paint. Like Luke Cornett's good. Like he's a champion. Like he won in Boston. Like if I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like every team is trying to like hit the blueprint, like the Thunder blueprint, the Spurs blueprint. And
I
if this
do
is what the
think,
Jazz think it is, then I mean, hey, they got it. I don't think it's a bad squad, but it really
yeah,
just depends. It really depends on this draft. And if they trying to tank, they got to do a better job of hiding it.
you might see some teams do some wild stuff in the next couple months with the people that's in this draft to get good position.
March Madness really gonna shake it up too. There's gonna be a lot that goes on between them.
Hey, it's all fun and games to the NBA. Have people say the lottery is rigged? It's all fun and games. The Jazz get like the 14th pick.
Man, they're gonna give
nobody ever tanks again. They say, okay, you want to tank?
So you want to tank? All right, let's keep tanking.
And they make a rule that says if it's obvious you're tanking, you're gonna get the worst pick in the lottery.
You get half your odds. It's like, dang.
But yeah, you gonna mess around. They're gonna give you 14 because you're embarrassing their product. I mean, you're literally embarrassing the product.
Right.
I guarantee you, nobody would ever tank again because it'll be no beneficial. It will be no reward for tanking if I had to get the number 14 pick. I might as well compete.
I don't even think it's that crazy of an issue with just like the lottery system inherently, but I feel like they should at least make it smaller to incentivize, like, how do I put this? If you put less people in the lottery and spread the odds out a little bit better, then there's less incentive to be the worst team in the league. Like you should still be trying to compete, trying to make money, trying to win, because like of course, like that's the whole point of this. So I feel like a little bit of refinement was really all they need. I feel like even if it's like obvious cases like this, they've definitely like got less and less obvious. And I wouldn't even say it's an obvious case, but I mean not playing Jaren Jackson Jr. the entire fourth after trading for him is crazy. That's the most obvious one that's happened so far this season. Which is kind of funny because Keontae George had like a 0-point game. He had like 8 turnovers against the Rockets. Or it is something stupid like that. And people were like, whoa, what are they doing? Like they rigging some, like who was placing bets? Like people was like making jokes about it or whatever. So I think it's funny it's all coming back to the Jazz. I'm a Jazz hater, so I don't really care.
Man, we've been going for 58 minutes. We're gonna get y'all out of here. Antonio, how can everybody check you out?
Antonio Targas down there. You know what I'm saying? Got some things cooking. Been a little bit busy, but I got some things I want to share, so I'm gonna share them here soon. How can I hit you up, man?
Man, thank you guys for getting me to 150 followers on Instagram.
Man, come on now.
So we've hit 150. We got a lot of good stuff going on. We're gonna have a fun off season on here on the podcast. We're gonna talk about a lot of rankings. We're gonna do. I hadn't told you about this yet. Receiver rankings, quarterback rankings. We're probably gonna do a lot of off season predictions. Off season go over schedules. We're gonna go over a lot of stuff, and like we just thank you guys for the support. And we're gonna have a lot more content coming out soon. A lot more player interviews, stuff like that.
Yeah, check out them interviews, man. I've been seeing a few of them here and there. I see you posting clips from them, like the Riley one. Man, I'm so hyped. That's fire. I'm glad you're doing your stuff, man.
Yeah, same for you.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Y'all gotta go check his stuff out.
Man, stop it. Stop it.
All right, man. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you. Like and comment and subscribe. We're out.